Hello, divas, diamonds, and dolls. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Femininity with Mama Gail. Today, let's have a little conversation and talk about 25 tips to starting a feminine journey. And some of you like, oh, Mama Gail, I've been starting my feminine journey, but still, there are some tips that Mama Gail may have in here that you have not dealt with, that you have not done yet, and you can learn a little something from either one or two or three of these tips. So let's get started. I'm not going to take a lot of time elaborating on each tip because I don't want this video to be extremely long. So some I'm going to hit it and quit it, and some I may have a little conversation about. Like the first tip, the first thing you do when you are contemplating beginning a feminine journey: read books. Read up on femininity. There is a book called What is Femininity? You can go to Amazon and put in What is Femininity. The book and the author will come up. I can't think of the author right now. Read books like Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Read books on yin and yang. Read books about feminine and masculine energy and how they complement one another. But also read self-help books. Having confidence. Being vulnerable. Brene Brown has a book, a popular book, about being vulnerability. Read it. Okay. Next tip. Ask yourself, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is one bite at a time. Femininity is a journey. You are not going to become this glamour, glam, feminine beauty overnight. You can change your clothes overnight, change your hair overnight, change your face overnight, change how you smell overnight, change your whole wardrobe overnight. But feminine energy, feminine presence, feminine aura, it's a journey. It's going to take time. One day at a time. There are some things that you have to work on. Dressing up is not going to give you feminine presence and energy. The next thing that you have to do, or you should do, take you a nice hot me time, girly. Turn the lights off. No music, no nothing. Just me. Calgon bath and be taken away. Let Calgon take you away and think about you. Why do you want to start this journey? What's compelling you? Do you need a different life? Do you want different results out of life? Are you doing this for a gentleman? Because you're tired of being single? You need to do something different to get the type of man that you want? Why are you starting this feminine journey? Be real with you. Be true to you. Don't lie to you. I could stay there a long time, so let me go on to the next point. The next point is, look at your wardrobe and ask yourself, I'm starting a feminine journey, and can I wear these tights with this tank top and still look feminine, girly, dainty, feminine, soft and sweet feminine? Or do I look good and ratchet, hoochie, thought it out, quick chick? Femininity has an appearance of well put together. And it doesn't matter, because the same price you paid for the tights and the little tank top, you can go to a rainbow shop and get decent dress clothes, cheap clothes, and dress it up and buy different pieces and still look well put together. Feminine, hiding some things, leaving something for the imagination, Instead of showing and splurting it all out for a man to see before he gets to see. He's already seen. But anywho, the next point. After you look at your wardrobe, let me get back to that. Ask yourself, does this complement what it is that I want to represent? That's my point for the wardrobe. The next, go to the thrift store and buy some pieces of slacks and dress shirts and dresses and things that you want to wear to bring yourself into a different lifestyle of the way that you represent yourself and how you want to represent yourself as a feminine woman. And if it's not about being all girly and dressed up and you want to wear sweatsuits and things of that nature, wear your girly little sweatsuits and your sneakers and things of that nature. Have feminine presence and energy and things of that nature. Because it's not about what you're wearing, but make sure that you are clean, well put together, and you represent, you look like what you say you represent. The next thing, femininity is not just about the face beat, hair done, nails done, mani, pedi, spas, things of that nature. You need a daily routine. And in your daily routine, whatever it is that you do, have a daily routine. Millionaires, successful people have a daily routine. There are times that they get up and do what they do, and their routine: meditation, prayer, spend self-love time in the mirror, talking to yourself, affirmations, things of that nature, telling yourself who you are before you get in the presence of anybody else to tell you anything else. You have already affirmed and confirmed who you are. The next thing, wake up every morning, look in the mirror and tell yourself, say, hello, beautiful. You don't need for anybody else to tell you how beautiful you are when you've already told yourself. And it's not about being conceited and being selfish and narcissistic or anything of that nature. You are building the next point, your confidence. You have to work on and build your confidence. A feminine woman should be confident. And not just confident, but confident and secure. Why are you threatened, or why would you be threatened by anyone or anything? Walking in femininity, starting this journey, if you don't have confidence, start with you, working on you, self-loving you, telling you, I am beautiful. I am a force to be reckoned with. I am confidence, so that when you develop presence and you walk into a room in full feminine energy and feminine flow, you're not worried about what the next person is saying because you are confident. You cannot have feminine presence and not have confidence, because everybody is not going to approve of you. Everybody is not going to like you. Everybody is not going to celebrate you, sweetness. So if you are not confident, you will walk into a room in presence and people will have you to look at yourself and feel bad about showing up in full feminine energy because you lack confidence. And now you're walking out like a sad little chicken with your head cut off. No. The next point, identity. Know your identity. Who are you? Ask yourself. And when you ask yourself and you don't like who you are, tell yourself who you are and become and believe and start walking in who you are. Your identity is up to you. It doesn't matter what somebody else called you. And this is why we must work on these things. Because in the past, dealing with past traumas, emotional issues that we've gone through, people have called us, we've allowed men to call us bees and hoes and things of that nature. And your parents call you stupid, and people telling you, oh, you should be lucky to be with somebody like me. Ain't nobody gonna love you the way I love you. Ain't nobody gonna want you. You should be glad I want you. Nobody's ever gonna love you. Nobody's ever gonna sex you. Nobody's ever gonna do the things that I did for you. So you have to know your identity. And the next point in your identity, develop self-image and self-worth. Because when you know these things and you are building yourself up as a feminine woman with presence and you're confident, you know your identity, you know who you are, you know your value, you know your worth. Sweetness. Your feminine energy is going to rise to a level because it doesn't matter what you say about me, what you think about me, what you have said about me. It doesn't matter what I used to do, who I used to be. It matters who I am now. And now that I know who I am, you can't tell me jack smack nothing. Because you have and are dealing with the hurt, the things that have been said, the things that have been done, that self-examination of who I was, who they said I was, but who am I? And now that I have chosen to be who I am, I'm a force to be reckoned with. You can't touch this. The next point, learning to soften up. We have flowed in masculine energy for so long that we are tight, controlling. I have to control this issue. I can't let it go. You're not gonna hurt me. Like my mama, like Joe hurt my mama. I watched my mother being abused. I watched her being mistreated. I watched how men treated my aunt. I watched how this happened, how that happened. You got these walls and guards and bars and things up. And you're uptight. Trying to control everything. Control how a man loves you. Control how a man treats you. You have to soften up and be vulnerable and be open to receive, because every man is not going to treat you the way that mama and them got treated. So in this feminine journey, if you can't be soft, a man is going to sense that you are tense, and he's going to sense that you have walls and defense mechanisms up, and you're going to snap whenever he's trying to treat you like somebody, because you don't trust men. And even if it's not for a man, for you in your feminine journey of who it is that you want to represent, you want to be, who you want people to see you as, even if you are stepping into a different position that calls you to be feminine, when somebody triggers and hit a point that you don't like, you may react out of the old because you have not dealt with. You refuse to be soft. So it contradicts who you appear to be. So you have to soften up. The next thing, self-love. You ask yourself, do you love you? Are you in love with you? What is love? I give love to everybody else, but what about me? Ask yourself, how am I showing love? Am I giving myself any quality time? Am I spending time with myself? And this is why I said take the hot bath in the beginning of this video. Start spending that I love me time and condition yourself as a part of your routine to take time for I love you time, for me time, and not just telling yourself I love you, but showing yourself I love you. The next point, look at your social circle. Some of us, including Mama Gail, has had or have some ratchet friends. And if the friends are not ratchet, you have some negative friends. You have some friends who you have outgrown. You have some friends who are the same person that they have always been, and they're not going to change. And you feel obligated because we've been friends 25 years, and I don't want to lose her as a friend. You don't have to lose her as a friend, but you have to change your circle of how you deal with people in this new journey, because you don't need negativity around you when you're trying to do something new. The last thing you need is somebody that you respect, love, appreciate telling you, oh, you're Jenny. You've always been Jenny. You always gonna be Jenny. How you gonna try to change? Oh, you think you better than me? You think you better than the rest of us? You don't need that negative energy around you. Change your friends. I'm not gonna stay on that long because I could go into another zone with that. The next thing, learn your body. Learn your curves. Look at yourself in the mirror. See your body for what it is. And I don't care if you are 300 pounds or if you wear a size 0 in clothes. Love you. Look at you. Know the original, that you are the original. You are you. Nobody can ever replace you. There will never be another you. And you love who it is that you are. And if you don't, start telling yourself that enough so that you'll be convinced and learn to believe and love yourself. But learn your body. Every curve, every scar, mark, where did it come from? How did it happen? Things of that nature. The next point, learn how to curve your body, how to make curves with your body, how to stand straight. And as you are standing straight, learn to lean on one side of your body so that you are making a curve in your hips. Your hips accent and bring out curves. And it doesn't matter whether you're a size 0 or a size 24. You have curves when you know your body. You know how to make your body make curves. Got a whole video on it. Go and watch it. The next point, sensuality. In sensuality, you use your senses in your personality. You learn to speak with your hands and use your senses to speak the language of femininity, including your eyes. Use your senses, bring it into your femininity and into your personality to bring out sensuality. The next thing, practice keeping your legs closed. A lady should never sit with her legs wide open, should never sit with her legs where you can see anywhere in between her legs. Your legs should be together or crossed or in a princess style of sit. And even when you are sitting, standing, wherever, your legs should be thigh to thigh, even when you're walking. Don't have a gap space in between. Not saying that they have to rub together, but in a sensual walk, keeping your legs closed is very attractive for a partner. The next thing is, try not to stress and control everything. You have to start working on not being stressed out and trying to control, even if you're a boss, even if you're a supervisor, the way you deal with things. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be in full feminine energy, because nobody's in full feminine energy ever. We always have a masculine side, but it's how you balance being in more of the feminine side than you are the masculine. So if you're a boss, a CEO, a manager, a supervisor, you have people under you, you work in a job where it's chaotic and constant movement, and you have to tell people what to do and things of that nature. You're in your masculine energy, you work in that environment. But if there are things that when you come home that you don't have to stress and worry about, you learn how to let go, turn off the masculinity, switch on femininity, try not to stress about things. When things have to be worked on and dealt with and things of that nature, deal with it without stressing about it. Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, young ladies, no matter how much you stress about a problem, a situation, or whatever, it's not going to be fixed by stress. It's not going to be worked out by you stressing out about it. So you have to learn how to woosah, flow in feminine energy. Listen to the next point, intuition. Learn to develop and listen to intuition. All women have intuition. Intuition is your superpower. If you listen, if you are in a quiet place, if you are in your feminine energy, if you are flowing and turn on the switch of femininity, intuition will speak, and it'll get with creativity and show you ways out of things without you having to stress about it. How to handle things, what to do next, who to call, what to say, how to say. Wisdom will arise up in you with intuition and creativity. And the three of them, along with your feminine energy, you look like a superhero, because you're allowing yourself to receive information, to hear, to be in a soft, sweet place of accepting and hearing what you are saying to the answer, receiving the download of the solution from within your inner peace, your space, the feminine energy. The next thing you have to do, recognize when you are in masculine energy. When you're stressed out and burnt out and trying to do everything, you're in masculine energy. The next thing, let me keep this going a little bit. We're up to 23 minutes already. Every chance you get, dress up. Every chance you get, even if you're in the house, if it's your day off, sweetie, if you wear uniforms and things of that nature, get dressed from head to toe in full feminine girly array and just walk through the house in full feminine energy. If it's not your day off and you wear a uniform all throughout the day, when you come home and get relaxed, get you some cute little girly teddies, little two-piece tank top with the boxer short sets and things of that nature, and do your hair and put it up in a bun, or do something girly and feminine and soft and sweet when you take off the uniform and when you come home and when you unwind and things of that nature. Stay in feminine flow. Get in feminine flow. The next thing, we're on number 19. Femininity is not just about wearing Make sure that you have presence. We talked about presence a little bit, self-love and confidence and things of that nature. And how are you receiving presence? When you work on yourself and you deal with the energy that you're in, and you're flowing more in feminine energy than you are in the masculine, and you're allowing yourself to be open to receive, to receive compliments from gentlemen, and to not have to give one back, and being open to receive and hearing and listening and being soft and sweet and things of that nature, and you're flowing and working and applying the feminine energy, it gives you a aura, a light, a presence that it's not just about being dressed up on the outside, but when you walk in, it's like energy, a burst of sunshine and a ray has entered the room, because you are a rare energy in a masculinely dominant area. You've just entered. The feminine has entered the building. So you have presence that shows up when you've worked on yourself, when you've used all of these tips and actually flowing in feminine energy. Okay, I talked about that. Things will go wrong being feminine. How are you going to handle it? Tip number 21. When you find yourself with a bad attitude and people pissed you off and you just can't stay in feminine energy because people are vexing you, learn how to say what you need to say, shake it off, and snap right back into feminine energy. The next point, practice being soft and sweet, not just in the mirror, but to every person and people you come in contact with. And that's true, because when you are working on being feminine and you're practicing being feminine, not just in the house, not just in the mirror, but like people in general that you come in contact with, when you go to the grocery store, when you go out, you'll start seeing gentlemen opening doors for you and complimenting you and wanting to pay your bill and things of that nature. Flow in feminine energy and being soft and sweet to people. The next thing is, don't seek approval or acceptance from anybody. Once you've decided that this is what you're going to do, you don't need approval from anybody else. You're not asking anybody to validate or to say, oh yeah, that's a good idea, things of that nature, because you're not going to get it. So be who you are, know your identity, decide on being who you are, flow in who you are, be who you are, and that's it, point blank, period. Do not seek people's approval to become who you have decided to be. Follow and listen to your intuition. We talked about that. And then the last point was appearance, hygiene, cleanliness. I know I don't have to tell you about that, but how you look is very important to your feminine journey. Take care of yourself. Always represent yourself clean. Even if you're wearing a t-shirt and a pair of jeans, be clean, neat, soft, sweet, and girly. It's not just in your attitude, it's also in your presentation. When people look at you and they see clean and they see neat, she loves herself, she takes care of herself, your clothing speaks a lot about you, not just on the outside, but also from within. Before you open your mouth, people see you coming and they see presentation. So if you are not clean, neat, well put together, when you open your mouth, I don't care how feminine and girly you are, you're not going to be given a chance when you're dirty, when you're wrinkled, when you're not well put together. Those are my 25 feminine tips. Mama Gail is going to end this video. I hope that something was said or that you could appreciate and pull something out if you're already feminine, something that you may have missed. If you're not, these 25 tips are a blessing. But this is Femininity with Mama Gail. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Have a blessed and prosperous day, divas, diamonds, and dolls.